Deadpool now apparently has a girlfriend, and she's going to die unless he saves her. This is the Comicstorian channel, where we take some of your favorite trade paperbacks and single issues, and we break them down into digestible bites to help you understand what is going on. We then read things dramatically back to you. Today we're going to be covering Deadpool issue 7, 8, and 9, which is a complete story arc in which he is attempting to save Elsa Bloodstone. Just to catch you up real quick, Deadpool is now the king of the monsters, and Staten Island has become home of the monsters, where he is the king. Elsa Bloodstone has been basically following him around to ensure that he doesn't do anything crazy, since she likes to kill monsters, but is agreeing to kind of see how this plays out. And we've just discovered that she has an infection in her hand that needs to be resolved. So, let's get into that story. Our story begins as Deadpool has a wonderful dream, and he's finally getting to kiss Elsa Bloodstone, and her, confessing her love to him, until he's eaten by a giant lava dragon. But as the Merc violently awakens on his throne on the island formerly known as Staten, he yells that he's already said no more dream monsters as footstools! They give him crazy vivid dreams! As Deadpool gets up, he runs into Elsa, and she asks if he's sure that they have no other teleporting monsters that don't require them being barfed on in order to teleport. Deadpool tells her that he's not 100% sure, but he's 82% sure, and they can also go through Collab's portal, but that's kind of like crawling into someone's butt. So after opting to not go the butt route, they find themselves in Greenland a few moments later. And Deadpool asks Elsa, "Why are we here again? What are we walking into?" She holds out her hand to explain this situation, showing that her bloodstone, which gives her all of her powers, is infected, stating that they are going into the seam, the tear between their dimensions, and the dimension of the bone beasts. The plan is to go in, kill the beast queen that infected her, and go home, saving her life. Deadpool pauses for a moment and says that she'll have to forgive him if he needs a bit more details than that. Like, what in the hell is a damn bone beast? Elsa sighs and says that she doesn't know how to bloody explain it. They're bone beasts. They're all black and sort of fluid and swirly. Big sharp teeth, hard to kill. Messy. They have a hive mind, sort of. So the queen controls them. Kill her and the rest of them will just die off. Deadpool begins to yell, "Dames are the literal worst! I am such a chump for a pretty face. But can we just skip the cagey mysterious thing this time?" So after another long, drawn-out sigh, Elsa begins with her flashback of how she encountered the bone beasts. She can't remember, was she in Greece or Prague? Definitely Prague. Anyway, she was trying to save the world when she was suddenly being dragged into the seam, the bone beast's world. She fired a blast from her bloodstone into the seam before being fully sucked up, and just like that, she was free. Deadpool pokes his head into the flashback, asking if she can wrap this up. The book is called Deadpool, not Elsa Bloodstone. Shut it down, Elsa! Back in the present, Elsa says that it was a bit too late at that point. She had already become infected, and it had already begun. Deadpool points to the sky, stating, "See, the sun went down while you were yammering. We should probably get this over with." Elsa then climbs up onto the ledge, stating that, okay, there it is. And Deadpool looks down at the oozing, floating hole and states, "Okay, that is so gross. It's like the seam is pooping onto our world. I hate and love it. I'm very conflicted about this one, Bloodstone. But they're in the village down there. We should probably go save them." Elsa begins to tell him that they should just focus on the queen, but seeing Deadpool already pulling out a sword, she gives up following suit. They begin to plow down towards the town, along with Jeff, jump into battle, and Deadpool asks, what is the deal with these things anyway? What is their motivation? She asks him, doesn't the name give it away? They like to eat bones. So Deadpool hacks away through the group, stating, sure, I get that, but like, what's their reasoning? Are they actually evil? Or are they trying to feed little baby bone beasts? Elsa chops down another beast, telling him, no, I don't think that there are any baby bone beasts, or any great bone beast literature or museums or science. Think of them like worker bees, Deadpool. At that moment, Deadpool sees one of the creatures eating a dog and stops himself right there. Wait, these things are killing dogs? Okay, that is inexcusable. No more bones for you, sir. As Deadpool gets to work, Elsa begins to feel the infection throbbing in her and falls to her knees. Deadpool quickly slices through the oncoming bone beast, asking if she's okay. Elsa struggles, telling him yes, but they have to hurry. Deadpool pulls out his guns, telling her, okay, come on, bone beast! Lots of bones, no waiting! And after completely obliterating the remaining creatures, Deadpool blows smoke from his gun, telling her, I needed that. Not enough shooting lately in these comics. One of the villagers run up to thank Deadpool, but tells him that they also took their children. Please save the children. The two begin to climb back up the mountain, and Elsa says that if things go pear-shaped, It's okay to just leave her. Take Jeff and get out. Remember, when this closes, we'll be trapped in here for, longer than we want to be. So let's just be our best, fastest, and most deadly selves, okay? Deadpool tells her, oh, you stop flirting. This is work time. Once they crawl inside of the portal, Deadpool refrains from making several jokes about climbing into a butt, and the heroes walk through a cavernous maw with dozens of bone beasts trying to bite them. Deadpool holds up his torch, telling her, I can't tell what's a bone beast and what's just lawn. Wait, do they have lawns? Who knows? It all looks the damn same. While avoiding getting his foot bitten off, Deadpool runs face first into a wall, and a voice then says, Elsa Bloodstone, you have returned, and as promised, you have brought me he who shall replace you as my new host body. As the Beast Queen roars, Deadpool stops for a moment and looks at Elsa, yelling, Are you freaking kidding me, Bloodstone? So a short while later, Deadpool wakes up to hear voices telling him, Mr. Deadpool, you need to wake up. Deadpool opens up his eyes to see several children, and he begins to yell at them, I'm awake already! You made real sure of that. Also, why is everyone's hair going up? He looks around and realizes that they are actually all suspended upside down, and simply says, crap, we got captured by the Bone Beast. So I got a better question. Why was I sold out, Bloodstone? Elsa goes on. Right, that. I may have told a bit of a lie before I said that I escaped the Bone Beast realm. I didn't escape as much as I was, let go so that I could bring back someone to be the Queen's new host. Jeff begins to wiggle and growl, but Deadpool tells him, Relax, Jeff. Everyone prepare yourselves for a real threat. Just then, a small knife pokes out of Deadpool's bindings, and Elsa says, Is that it? I thought it'd be bigger. Deadpool starts to saw away, telling her, Hey, beggars can't be choosers, Bloodstone. I don't see you freeing us with a tiny knife. As Deadpool frees himself, he epically lands superhero fashion. And Elsa tells him, Okay, that was very impressive. Now free us, you fool! Deadpool looks around and sees all of his equipment nearby and he goes, Wait, they left all my guns here. I have an idea. After a majestic jump and twirl, he frees everyone from their cocoons and Elsa flicks off the last bit on her shoulder, stating, Those are some nice cuts. Real clean, Deadpool. Deadpool yells, I am not trying to impress you! I am still mad at you, Bloodstone! Elsa then asks what they're going to do now, and Deadpool tells her that he has an idea. So a few moments go by and we now have a bunch of children all swinging swords and guns. Elsa reminds him that they just gave children deadly weapons. Deadpool shrugs and says, I didn't say I had a good idea, but if any of you shoot or stab me, Elsa, or Jeff, there's gonna be hell to pay. And because we're kind of already in hell, things are probably gonna remain the same. Elsa inches around the corner, stating that she can see the exit, and Deadpool looks over her, stating that they should escape through there. I'll go distract the beast while you take the kids and Jeff, and you get the hell out of here. She tells him that she likes the plan, but she'll be the distraction. The truth is, she's not strong enough to protect them. Deadpool tries to think of something witty to say, but when he comes up with nothing, Elsa asks him, Is that all it took to finally shut you up? Elsa picks up her gun and runs in, stating, Go! I'll do what I can. While she creates a diversion, Deadpool takes all of the children to the alcove by the portal. But one of the kids points, asking what should they do now. Deadpool looks over and sees Elsa knocked out and begins carving his way to save her. Once the group is cleared, Deadpool picks up Elsa and sees the infection spreading on her, telling her to hold on. She weakly says that she never meant to betray him, that she just thought he was so strong, unkillable. She thought he'd help her, but she ran out of time. She passes out and Deadpool just says, No, this isn't happening. I am real mad at you. You can't die here when I've got so much yelling left to do. But then it hits him. The source of her infection is coming from the Bloodstone. Why not remove it? He takes out his knife and he pries the Bloodstone out of her hand, telling her that it might hurt, but she'll be fine afterwards. As he bandages up her hand, he asks why they didn't do this ages ago. Sure, she'd have a disfigured hand and the loss of all her superpowers, but be alive! The Beast Queen leans out, stating that she didn't because she needed that, because without it, she'd have been eaten. Deadpool asks if she could just back the hell off, and the Queen yells, I will not! That stone is mine, and so is Elsa! So Deadpool picks up the magical Bloodstone, asking, Oh wait, this is what you want? We'll come and get it. And he slams the jewel into his chest. As it begins to take root, Deadpool says heroically, Ow, 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 ow! But once he's supercharged with Bloodstone's powers, he says that's it. That's the good stuff. The infection sucks, sure, but these superpowers are serious business. Hope you brought an army. The Queen towers over the rest of her brood, coming out asking, You want an army? No problem. Deadpool slices, then double slices, then triple slices, and then slightly ineffectually kicks, and then he slices again. One of the creatures lunges in, but Deadpool punches through the boned beast's mouth and starts unloading as many bullets as he can. But as he shakes the remains of the beast, the Queen says that he forgot something. The infection means that she's already in his head. Deadpool begins to scream at her, "Hey, I am not that easy! I require dinner and a movie first." The Queen tells him that he is wasting his time. He won't be able to stop their merging together. She'll first start with, "Wait, do you call your island Deadpoolopolis?" And Deadpool yells back at her, "Maybe." And the Queen says that when she's done with it, it'll be called the Bone Zone. Get it? Deadpool responds in turn, "That is a stupid name, and jerky teenagers are going to think you're talking about, but you know what they think you're going to talk about." One of the larger bone beasts jumps in, chomping down on Deadpool. But as he rips him off, he pulls off his glove to see the progression of the infection. And when he sees that his arm has turned nearly black, he says to himself, "Oh, that ain't good." He looks over to see Elsa Bloodstone getting the last of the children out, and then he comes up with a great idea. If the Queen wants to merge with them, let's just skip the ceremony and merge. Screw it! But I sure hope you like indigestion. Seeing as their time is running short, Elsa grabs the remaining kids and chucks them through the portal, leaving only Jeff remaining. As she picks him up, he squirms, and Elsa tells him to stop. He can keep his mouth knife. Now hurry up and get through. As everyone safely gets out, Elsa jumps through the portal and Jeff begins to whimper. Elsa tells him that she knows, but Wade is very strong, real hard to kill. Maybe he'll make it? Back inside of the scene, the Queen says that is not how things are done. Your efforts are in vain. I could still transfer myself into your body. It'll just be messier and more painful this way. Deadpool tells her that she's a pretty smart pile of black goo, but she forgot one thing. She forgot that he has a whole mess of pockets, and they're filled with more than just cool trading cards. But more importantly, you'll need an actual body to merge with. Later! Deadpool strikes the dynamite and his body explodes into a million bloody pieces. A few moments pass and Elsa peeks through the portal asking if he's alive. The blown apart Queen screeches as she begins to die, and Elsa sees Deadpool's head. The Bloodstone states that the host of the stone is dead and the Queen's infection has burned out of the Bloodstone, which means back in you go. And as the jewel is set back into Elsa's palm, the Queen makes one last attempt to attack. But Elsa turns back, firing a blast to finish things off. And with the Queen finally dead, she picks up Deadpool's head, telling him that she's so sorry. She isn't one for cheese-filled speeches, but she hopes that he knows that his sacrifice saved her life, Jeff's life, and all those kids. It means something. It's real. One of the most real things that she's ever seen is she will never forget his sacrifice. Maybe he can come back? She kisses his head, and she waits for a moment. And then she says that she supposes it was too much to hope that he'd come back to life from that. Just then his head springs back to life and he says, "You know, that was nice and all, but if I'm being honest, I'm still looking for that apology." They begin to argue over what's considered an apology, and then they notice the portal to leave is closing. She laughs as she takes off her jacket, stating that they have to hurry. There should be an open seam in Egypt that they could escape from, and as she creates a holder, Deadpool asks if they're dating now. Elsa nestles his head inside, telling him maybe. She's actually dated more bizarre things than just a sentient head with a miraculously functioning vocal cord. Now, let's go home, Deadpool. And there you have it, guys. We have done more Deadpool, finally. Now, issue 10 is a King in Black tie-in. That episode will be airing on the Saturday coming up right now, along with the Savage Avengers King in Black tie-in. So I hope you guys are excited to see that. Don't forget to check it out on Saturday. And if you like this content and want to see it continue, please consider going to our Patreon, patreon.com/Comicstorian. Let me know in the comments down below Deadpool stories I haven't covered that you want more of. We've done the entire original run where he became crazy. We did a lot of the Scotty Young run, but that kind of got cut off early. Now we're doing the King of the Monsters run. I don't know. What do you guys want to see here on the channel that involves Deadpool? Let me know, and I'll talk to you later right here.